gotta keep that in there. You gotta keep it in there. You can't not keep that in there. You gotta keep that in. Show it like in the bloopers, like or something. I don't know. You gotta keep that in there. Okay. How is it going today? Loyalist Kingdom We're doing Jazz. So we have Stung by Cicada Killer, Brave Wilderness. We haven't watched one of his videos in like ages. Copyrights. Yeah. We still might get copyrighted. But whatever. We enjoy this man's content. He is a savage. Make sure you guys subscribe. Go check him out. If you guys have no extra, please follow us on social media in the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's dive on in.
Cool.
I know you're shaking your heads right now saying, Coyote.
Is this the Murder Hornet?
Are you coming out of Sting retirement?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, because I remember he said that he wasn't going to do any more things.
And I'm about to be stung by the Cicada Killer. Oh my goodness, that stinger is...
Look at how big that thing is.
That thing.
Pause.
Be brave. Stay wild. I'll see you in the next adventure.
We're dead.
Remember that?
Yes, bro. I still remember it. It's because he's fire.
We're dead.
Brave Wilderness host and crew, professional training, receive assistance. I don't know. That's what you got.
Well, they have to say that because somebody's going to go out there and try to find it and sting themselves and then die.
The national media erupted with a deafening buzz that venomously stung an unwarranted fear into homes across America.
I remember when that was,
came from none other than the giant hornet.
The murder hornet.
Is one of the most painfully toxic stings in the world. These nightmarish insects have a nasty
Look at it. It looks like a whole Pokemon.
Beedrill.
Right. It looks like Beedrill.
For anyone that is late to the party, yes, I have already been stung.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
But that was... Wasn't that... Hold on, pause. I'm sorry for pausing. Yeah. Wasn't that by the... Because murder hornets are from Japan.
I don't know where they're
from. I think they're from Japan. I think they're from Japan. Okay. And people were getting like really crazy in America because we don't have those over here. So that's why I think he got one from Japan or something like that. I don't remember. He went to Japan, he got stung by it, and I think he's in America getting stung by it, so he's international with it, getting stung. Anyway, let's go.
Absolute searing pain. As for the invasion, no, we aren't going to be overrun, stung, and killed by giant hornets.
I don't think so.
But some may argue that the invasion has already happened.
I mean, they found
That's where I come in.
Texas.
It's time to set the record straight. And more importantly, it's time to take a misidentified scapegoat off of the suspect list.
Among Us.
Okay, let's get down to business. You showed up to see a full-grown man experience pain.
Look at him.
But first, you gotta learn a little something about this incredible insect. As my mom always used to say, you can't have your dessert until you finish your vegetables.
Okay, that was cheesy, but okay.
That's not a terrifying little insect. I don't know what is. Ladies and gentlemen,
look at it.
Let me introduce you to the Cicada Killer, one of the largest wasp species in the United States. This is only second to the tarantula hawk. Now, this wasp is not technically a spider wasp like
Look how it's throbbing.
This is in fact a sand wasp. Now, similar to the tarantula hawk, they have a very unique biological cycle. This one that you're looking at right here is a female. It is the females that get larger than the males, and the females that are armed with a venomous stinger. And what the females will do is search around the treetops for cicadas. They will hone in on their target, move in, and use that elongated abdomen to swoop up underneath their prey and then sting it. They paralyze the cicada, similar in the way that a tarantula hawk paralyzes a spider. Eventually, the male cicada killers fertilize the egg that she lays on top of the paralyzed cicada. The female will physically carry that cicada in its large mandibles and its grappling hook-like legs back to its underground burrow. These burrows can be up to 20 inches in length, and they have multiple tunnels. At the end of each one of these tunnels, the female will place the paralyzed cicada. Once that egg hatches, it turns into a pupa and begins to feast upon that paralyzed insect until it grows large enough to build a cocoon, and then once it hatches out of that cocoon the next season, another cicada killer comes up from under the ground.
Oh my God.
If that's not a true horror story, I don't know what is. Now, this is a very large wasp, and the easiest way to identify it are those large amber-colored wings. When this creature is at rest, like it is right now, the wings have a very triangular shape to them, very different looking from a hornet or a spider wasp. You see there, when she folds her wings back, it looks a little more concave, similar to a giant hornet, which makes it really easy to misidentify this species as that foreign
That
invader.
thing is just gigantic.
And when you look at the front of the insect, it has enormous eyes. These wasps have incredible eyesight. They're primarily diurnal, and you'll see them very active on overcast, cloudy days. Again, they're using their senses to find the cicadas up in the tree, target in on their prey, and then they will make a move. That thorax is rather sizable, very robust, but it's the abdomen that is the most unique. That black and yellow coloration tells you that this creature is venomous.
That's
Nice
backside,
to know.
should tell you.
Nice to know. If you guys see that yellow pattern, get it out of there.
To be honest, they're rather docile, and very seldomly will they ever interact with humans. In fact, the only time you stand the chance of being stung by this insect
is if you
were to step on top of its burrow and it were to come up from underneath you and try to escape. It would maybe sting your bare foot if you were blocking its escape way. Other than that, this is not a bug.
You should be good with shoes, though, especially some Timbs.
To try to interact with humans. During the summertime, you will oftentimes see clusters of the males battling it out up in the air. But other than that, these are considered solitary sand wasps. No matter how you break it down, guys, to be honest, this is one very intimidating insect, which makes it very clear as to why people are afraid of this wasp.
I'm afraid of regular wasps.
I don't like regular bugs.
The regular wasps.
A number of flashbacks. The warrior wasp, the tarantula hawk, the executioner wasp,
that
and
one looks
certainly
terrible.
the Japanese giant hornet. But there is a very good
He was
reason
right,
as
Japanese.
to why I'm going to be stung
Memory's
by
getting better,
this
I think.
wasp today. No, I am not technically coming back out of sting retirement. This is going to be a one and only. Because right now, this insect has a very negative reputation. By people misidentifying it for the giant hornet, they're panicking and they're aiming to kill this species. But it is not something that we need to be afraid
He's
of.
like, leave him
So,
alone.
by getting this up close for the cameras and by taking a sting, I can show you guys that that sting is not really that potent. Remember, it only ranks as a 2 on the insect
Oh,
Sting
really?
Index. Now that stinger is of course a modified ovipositor, which is used for depositing eggs. And while it is laced with venom, the venom of this species is not necessarily that potent. However, I do not know how my body is going to react to the sting. So we certainly have an epinephrine pen on set just in case my body has an allergic reaction. But if you guys are ready, I think it is time to transfer the cicada killer from the capsule into the net. Let's get in the forceps.
Well, I like that he's doing it to show, like, hey, like, leave this one alone.
So I've got to really stay focused.
So this isn't the murder hornet, right?
Right, like, this is not a murder hornet. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Just like that, we almost lost it.
Ooh.
Man, that is a very, very, very powerful wasp.
Almost lost.
Oh, buddy.
I saw him throw that thing on the ground.
Oh.
Be
You have to
careful.
think about it. This thing is capable of carrying a cicada that can weigh more than it does. It is a very, very powerful wasp.
Be very careful grabbing it. Phew.
He might have PTSD of these things, man.
Very gentle. I don't want to damage the
it's a rank 2 as far as pain.
Whatsoever. She's got all these little hairs on her, which makes her very slippery. That's where I'm struggling. I need to get it right.
On the thorax, right? Right on the thorax.
There we go.
That thing
already trying
it's already
trying to sting.
Sting the it's already trying to sting.
It's already trying to sting.
See how it's curled up?
She curled up.
Yep.
I gotta get a hold. I gotta go with it now. You guys in position?
Okay.
This couldn't be me.
I can't.
No. No, sir.
Look, she's already like almost in a ball.
And I'm about to be stung by the cicada killer. Oh my goodness, that stinger is long. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
He's getting ready. He's preparing for it. She's not stinging him.
Right.
She's not stinging him. Wow.
She's trying to.
Wow.
She's trying to.
Ah!
There it goes.
Oh, I got away.
But
he couldn't put it back.
Yeah.
I lost it. It's the first time I've ever lost one. I must be rusty.
Actually. It is. Because he always used to catch it, put it back in.
It got me more than once, too. Woo!
Woo, you know it's real. Woo, you hear that? Woo, you know it's real.
Come in tight right there. Woo! Long stinger. Oh, yeah, it's throbbing. Wow. Okay.
It looks like he's taking it. It's
Really
like,
not that bad.
it's like, all right, it just
Really
hurt
not
for a
that
little
bad
bit.
at all. It got me there and there. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Second rush of pain, second rush of pain.
Oh, it's like it's not done.
Nowhere near a velvet ant or tarantula hawk. Nothing close to bullet ant or some of those larger wasps. Wow, for such a long stinger. Very intimidating.
But not that bad.
Really not that painful.
Okay.
It got good sting, so yeah, skin is definitely tightening up. Common paper wasp. At the most. Not even on par with the honeybee. Not even
Really?
on par with the honeybee. I can't believe it.
Really? Not even as bad as a honeybee? I got stung by one of those one time.
On the capsule. Well, it's certainly back into the wild at this point. Without
it's
question,
gone.
the strongest insect
It's gone.
I have ever worked with in one of these sting scenarios. Now, here's my theory. For a spider wasp like the tarantula hawk to go up against something like a tarantula, that's an aggressive predator unto its own with big fangs. So
Yes.
your sting and your venom has to be insanely potent. I don't feel any sense of paralysis in my arm. When it comes to a wasp like the cicada killer, when you're going against a cicada with no stinging or biting parts, I can see why your sting doesn't need to be so potent. Now, a couple minutes have gone by, and if you come over here and you zoom in on my arm,
Is
Mario,
it red now?
you can see something funky's happening on my
Yeah.
forearm. Look at that welt.
Yeah, it's looking like it's
I
starting to
thought I
spread a
only
little
got
bit.
stung twice, but
It was
I'm
a
seeing
few
swelling
times.
here.
It looked like a few times for sure.
Out now.
Yeah.
Into my forearm. Now I do feel burning after the fact, but nothing more than a common wasp sting. There is an initial jolt, sort of like an electrical shock, and I was anticipating the paralysis of the tarantula hawk, but that pain
Yeah.
went, and then
And
it
then
just kind of
down.
died off.
Yikes.
Wow.
They stung him way
Now,
more
what
than
that leads me to
twice.
conclude
That's
is
I've
that
seen
while this
Yeah, I
may
think
be
five,
like at
6,
least
7,
4.
8.
wasp that is going to be confused for the giant hornet, it is definitely not something we need to be afraid of. I would say that the sting
Okay.
is no more than a 2 on the insect sting pain index. And even 10-year-old coyote could have likely taken a sting from this creature
And been okay.
gone right on in the swamps catching turtles. Now, when it comes to seeing one of these wasps this summer, if you come across it in your backyard, remember, this
Leave
is
it
not
alone.
a creature that is out to get you. They want nothing to do with humans. And unless you're a cicada, you have absolutely nothing to fear.
Cicadas look creepy
Cicadas,
too.
I'm
I
not
gotta
here
run.
saying be brave.
Nah, cicadas don't do anything
Stay
either.
wild.
People were. You remember a few years
Yeah,
ago, people were eating
That was a good one.
it? Like, I don't know.
I remember that time.
Yeah, that was like, it was like, people dipping it in chocolate and honey and eating them. I'm like, ugh.
The science of stings will always have a special place in my heart. And the painfully entertaining experiences we have caught on camera have brought to the spotlight a collection of creepy creatures that have never been so celebrated. Giant hornets are not going to invade America. And hopefully this up-close look at the cicada killer, despite its menacing design and impressive size,
Yeah, it looks
has helped
menacing.
alleviate some of your concerns. In an absolute worst-case scenario, if you are stung, it's not nearly as bad as their appearance would lead you to believe. Remember, they kill cicadas, not humans. And if there's one thing I hope you walk away with, it's that these wasps are noticeably docile unless trifled with. Leave them alone and let them live.
And they'll leave you alone.
Right.
So that's it.
Oh, I leave
One
him
last
alone.
thing.
I try to get
I'm headed back into retirement, where I plan to enjoy a long, relaxing career of making more animal adventure content. Although, there might be some pretty extreme stuff coming up. I didn't say anything about
He's
retirement.
gonna get bit by a dog?
Lights.
That looks like he's about to get bit by a dog. Yep. Yep.
He said, I didn't say, hey, I said stung. I didn't say get bit. I thought he was about to have a grizzly bear.
He's about to have alligator. No, at first
Or
I was thinking
alligator?
alligator, but then I saw the suit. I was like, that's a dog.
That's a dog suit.
That's a dog suit. I know what that looks
An
like.
alligator, a grizzly bear, a lion. Boy, he did it all. He
I don't
gonna
think
do
you want to try lion.
it again. Let's
No.
do it again. I want to. That dog was good, but Anyway,
the cicadas. I remember when the cicadas was out. It was like elementary.
Creepy.
It was like elementary school. I think end of elementary school, like beginning of middle school for me when they were around, and everybody did not want to go out for recess because it was like a heavy storm.
It was.
And as soon as you go outside, you hear them everywhere. Nobody wanted to go outside for recess.
Yeah,
like,
but they don't. I don't think they bite or sting or anything. They just exist.
I just didn't want them by me. I just did not, because I already don't like bugs. And then I would get freaked out when I felt like their wings like hit on my arm, and I would just start freaking out, screaming.
Me too. I didn't know what it was. I was like,
and then there were some classes I was eating them and
right,
up and biting their heads off.
There was like festivals of people dipping it in chocolate and honey and all type of stuff and roasting them. I was like, what is wrong with y'all?
They wasn't doing that in my school.
I was just seeing it on the news. They ain't doing that in my school. I seen it on the news because they showed us that the cicadas aren't bad, and they showed the people on the news eating them out. Like,
I was about to say, my classmates was just picking them up by their wings and biting their heads off and stuff. I had a bunch of savages.
Me too. It's like, anyway, guys, comment below, guys. Let's subscribe. It's just some more.